Hello, my name is Dr. Wagana Mureithi. I am a physician cardiologist working in Nyeri and currently taking care of patients who have got COVID-19 virus. In our country, Kenya, we are seeing an increase in the number of people who are getting infected with this viral disease and would like to share certain points that may help us reduce the risk of our being infected with COVID-19 as well as our risk of infecting other people should we be infected. The COVID virus, what is called the SARS-CoV-2, and we will just call it COVID virus for this video, is a highly infective virus. This means that the chances of getting infected with the virus are high after getting into contact with somebody who has got the disease. And the other challenging thing with the COVID virus is that from the second to third day after being exposed to the virus, and in most cases before even symptoms develop, the person who has been infected is able to transmit the virus to other individuals. So we need to be particularly careful about how we handle ourselves so that we reduce our risk of getting infected as well as of spreading the viral disease to other people should we be infected. In normal instances, one person who has been infected with the COVID virus may infect up to 3 people. Some people may not infect other people whatsoever. However, there are certain factors that make the chances of a single individual infecting many people be very high. And this is what we call the super spreader concept, where one person with COVID infection can infect anything more than 6 people who come into contact with them. So these factors look at particular individual factors and also look at event factors. So what makes the risk of one individual transmitting COVID-19 virus to others, to multiple other people, increase? The first factor we need to look at is the consideration of indoor events as opposed to outdoor events. When people are outside, the circulation of air is much faster, and so if any viral particles are released into the air, they will spread out faster and it is less likely that they are going to infect other people. Indoors, however, the circulation of air is much slower and you have the same air particles moving within the same, rotating within the same space. The other factor is what we call vocalization. Anything that requires for somebody to move air in and out of their lungs, out of their mouth, and out of their nose. Normally, we are breathing, we are always breathing, so that is one thing. But other factors such as that will make us breathe in and out deeper. For example, if one is addressing a group of people, you tend to raise your voice, you tend to take deeper breaths in and out so that you can project your voice and be heard better. If one is singing, you tend to take deeper breaths in and out to control your voice, and hence you release more and more volumes of viral particles into the environment. If one is laughing, for example, so if you have a good belly laugh, you release a lot of air from inside your airways and inside your lungs. If you have viral infection, if you have COVID infection, that means that as you laugh, you release multiple particles of the virus into the space where you are. If people are crying, for example, when people are mourning in funerals or they have been bereaved, that deep in and out mourning and crying also releases huge volumes of air from the lungs. So if these individuals are infected, the people within their vicinity are likely to get infected as well. If somebody releases viral particles from singing or projecting their voice or the other factors that we have talked about into a closed space, the viral particles are likely to stay in that air within the room for hours. It may be 3 hours, it may be 6 hours, it may be even more. This means that if someone else comes in later into the same space without a mask, they are likely to breathe in the air that has got the viral particles and hence get infected. This is very, very important in certain situations. When people go for parties or bashes, they are dancing, they are jumping up and down. Because of the dancing and all that, they take in deep breaths in and out. You only need one single individual who is infected with the virus to release it into that air to then infect multiple people. In restaurants, because when we go to restaurants, we take off our masks, we are eating, we are drinking with our airways unprotected. If you are eating and drinking with a friend, And in the course of your conversation, you're also laughing. You're enjoying yourselves. If any of you has got an infection with the virus, then they're released into the air and it is easy to infect the other individual. Unfortunately, it is also easy to infect the air within the restaurant. So other people who come in later after you, 30 minutes later, sit at the same desk, remove their masks, breathe in and out, will inhale the viral particles that have been left after you have left that space. We look at situations like choir practices. When we sing, you sit up properly, you take in deep breaths in and out, you sing to project your voice. If you are infected with the viral particles, you release them into the air, and your choir mates will then inhale them as they also take in deep breaths in and out to project their voices. In churches, in pubs, where people are singing, people are dancing, in funerals, as we said, when people are mourning. This means that we need to have particular interest in what we do while we are in those environments to reduce our risk of getting infected with COVID-19, and also to reduce the risk of infecting other people. When we are singing, for example, in choir practice or in church, the single most important thing that we can do to reduce our chances of getting infected with the COVID virus, or to reduce our chances of infecting the air where we are singing should we be infected, is to wear a mask. If two people who are close to one another physically have no masks, the risk of one person infecting the other is up to 90%. If the person who has no infection wears a mask, but the other person does not wear a mask, the risk reduces up to 30%. If the person who has infection wears the mask and the other does not wear, that chance of getting the virus is reduced even further to only 5%. If both people wear the masks, both the infected person and the non-infected, we reduce the chance to only 1.5%. If both of them wear masks and keep at least 1.5 meters apart, there is virtually no risk of infecting each other. If the people who are singing can wear masks, then the chances that we will have super spreader events from our churches and from our social events is reduced significantly. It also means that other people who are addressing the congregation, who are addressing the gathering, also need to wear a mask. You may have the MC of the event, or the service leader, or the preacher, who all need to ensure that they wear masks. One of the disadvantages in wearing a mask when you're addressing people is that you may feel that you're not being heard as well. But we need to accept that for now, because of our safety and the safety of one another, we'll have to be comfortable with a lower quality of voice, but that which ensures that all of us are safe. Other factors that we can try and put in place to ensure that we do not get infected or infect others is avoid being close to other people. In the supermarket, initially we used to stand far apart from one another. Now people have moved closer and closer. Please remember the social distance. If you keep a social distance, you reduce your chances of getting infected or infecting others to virtually 0%. Let us ensure that we sanitize our hands, we clean our hands. Let us ensure also that the duration of our meetings is short and is kept to a minimum, so that in case there are any viral particles within the closed spaces, then the risk of transmission is high. And finally, where we can hold these events outside as opposed to indoors, we reduce significantly our chances that any viruses within the environment will continue to circulate. Thank you for your kind attention.